Hi, this is Miss Tuttle, and today I'm going to show you how you can use our online library catalog, which is called Destiny Quest, to find books that interest you and that you will enjoy reading. So to get to Destiny, you first need to get to Montclair's School Loop homepage, and then you'll click on this library link. And then that will take you to the library School Loop page. And then over here on the right-hand side, there's a link to Destiny Quest. So here's the Destiny Quest home screen. And I'd like to show you some of the features of Destiny that you can use to help you find books. So over here on the left are the top 10 most popular books in the library right now. So if you scroll down along the numbers, you can see the titles and the call numbers of the books. And if you click on the cover of the book or the title of a book, a window will pop up that will give you some more information about the book. So you can read a brief summary. You can see how many copies the library has and how many are available to check out. So this says 0 of 5. That means that we have 5 copies in the Hunger Games series, but none are available to check out. They are all checked out right now. And then under the cover of the book is the call number, and this will help you find the book on the library shelf. So this says FIC Collins. FIC stands for fiction, and then Collins is the author's last name. And we'll talk later about how you can use this call number to find books on the shelves. And then over here on the right-hand side, there is a You May Also Like box. So if you really like this book, if you really like the Hunger Games series, then over here, this box will give you some suggestions of books that might be similar. Maybe they have similar topics or similar themes. All right, over here on the right are the new arrivals, so the newest books that the library has received. So if you like keeping up on the latest titles, here is a good place to look over here. And most of these books are very recent. Most of these books have been published this year in 2014. All right, now I'd like to talk to you about this middle box, which is called resource lists. And these are lists that have been created to help you find books on various topics or in different categories. So let me show you how they work. Now, if you have your own account, you can create your own lists. And we'll talk later about how you can create an account on Destiny. But for now, we're just going to be using these public lists. So when I click on this public lists button, a find box comes up at the bottom. And this is where you can do your searches. So let's say I'm interested in romance books in the romance category, and I want to see if there's a resource list for romance books, and there is. So I click on it. And this window pops up, and it tells me that the library has 90 books in the romance category. So then I can just scroll through and look at what the books are. I can look at the titles, I can look at the covers, I can look at the call number, find the call number so I'll know where to find it on the library shelf. I can see if it's checked in or checked out. And remember, if you click on the cover of the book or the title of the book, that window will pop up. That will give you some extra information. So let's do another search in the resource list. Let's say we are interested in some football books. And there is a resource list for football. And this list has 21 titles, so there are 21 books in the library, and you could just look through these and see if there was something that you might like to check out. And another thing I'd like to show you in the resource list box are these lists that can really be helpful to you. They're called If You Liked lists. So I'm just going to, at the bottom in this box, I'm going to type in If You Liked. And you're going to see that a bunch of lists come up. And they all start with if you like or if you liked. So if you really liked a particular book and you would like to read books that are similar to that book, you can see if there is an if you liked resource list. So let's say you really liked this book, Speak, and you can click on that. And there is a list of 41 books that are similar to Speak. So maybe they have the same theme, or they talk about the same subjects, or they might even be by the same author. So there are some suggestions for other books that you might like. So if you really liked a particular book, check and see if there is an If You Liked resource book to give you suggestions for other books that you might like. And you're not always going to find resource lists for every subject. So I did a search for tennis, and it said no matches found. So if there's no resource list, you can still do a search up here in the Find box. And Destiny will still find the books that the library has on that subject. So this says 35. There are 35 books in the library that are related to tennis. So then I could just go ahead and look through these. Now you're free to search for anything that you'd like to on Destiny, but I'd like to recommend a few series that I think you might enjoy reading. If you like graphic novels, but you'd like a little variety and would like to try a chapter book instead, we have some chapter books that you might like reading because they're usually under 200 pages, and once you start reading, you can finish them pretty fast. And there are 3 series, and I'll tell you the names of all of them later, but I just want to show you how to search for them. So one of the series is called Urban Underground. So I'm just going to type the name of that series in the Find box. And then it gives me 25 results. So all of these books are books that are in that series. So if you find that you really like a particular series, then you can always search for other books in that series on Destiny by just typing the name of the series in the Find box. All right, and lastly, I'd like to show you how you can create an account in Destiny. So in the top right-hand corner, there is a Create Account link. And all you need to create an account is your last name and your barcode, which is your long ID number. And then from there, you'll need to create a username and a password. And I recommend just using your long ID and your short ID. And that way you'll always remember it. You won't forget. And there are a lot of good things about having an account on Destiny. If you've read a really good book and you think some of your friends might like it, you can recommend books to them. You can write reviews of books that you've read. And you can personalize your page. So I would definitely recommend setting up an account on Destiny Quest. So I hope that I've been able to give you some useful information that you can use next time you're in the library and you're looking for a book to read. So next we're going to talk about how to find books on the library shelves.